Hello and welcome to another video from EasyLog. This presentation concerns our PlusSB staff scheduling software, which if you've watched other videos in this series will know that this is a web browser based application. So here I am already in the software and just sitting here in Google Chrome with a list of my favourites across the top, and I can just access it here by accessing one of those favourites. Now, this video particularly concerns the authorization aspect, so it's comparing the shifts that you ask people to work on the Rota with their attendance records that have come through from whatever device that you've organized for staff to record their attendance, which could be a smartphone using an app, a tablet, PC, biometric reader such as fingerprint or hand scanner or face recognition system, or indeed a log-on at a PC. It's entirely up to you. Our software allows you to mix and match different recording options across any product. Now, as I mentioned, this video is particularly concerned with payroll analysis, and again emphasizing one of the design aspects of the software. We've attempted to keep this product as simple as possible and try and relate everything we can directly onto the Rota. So again, all I need to do to access the authorizations function is to go to the Rota button up here and select for payroll. What you'll then see is the screen changes. We have this black background to indicate we're in payroll mode, and obviously the colors change as well. Now, there are fundamental principles behind these colors and showing you what is happening. Basically, green is good. Green means that whatever shift you've asked somebody to work, they have actually recorded attendance that matches with those shift times. So here, for example, with James on the Monday, we asked him to work a 6 to 2 shift, and he got in just before 6 o'clock and left just after 2 o'clock. And therefore there's nothing more that I need to do. What we asked him to work, he has actually turned up and recorded attendance against those shift times. And we can see he's done that all week, so there's no further actions to take. Other ones, as you can see here, are in red. Red means that something has happened and therefore it doesn't match up. Now, with this particular one here against Rosie on the Wednesday, she's on the 2 to 10 shift, and clearly she's clocked in at 2, but we have no outclocking. There's nothing in blue here to indicate that when her outclocking was, and that's why it is appearing like that. So what I can do is simply click on the shift, and I can then automatically authorize it to the 2 to 10. I can manually authorize and therefore say I'm not going to pay you the entire shift, I'll pay you a short amount, or not authorize it at all and therefore deny any payment whatsoever. What I'll do is automatically authorize that, and therefore I'll authorize it to the band, and therefore it will pay her from 2 through till 10. Now on the following day I can see there's another red block. Again, if I click on that, I can see that I can manually authorize that. And now it shows me the reason for that red appearing is she was actually late for a shift. She got in 3 minutes late. So from here I can say I want to pay her from the start of the shift because I don't want to penalise her, or I can deduct whatever 5, 10, 15 minutes. Notice that the software doesn't automatically penalise somebody for being late. We don't believe that's a sensible function to include in the software, because the software might automatically penalise somebody. This might be the first time they've ever been late in the whole time that they've worked for you, which could be considered and construed as a little unfair. So therefore the software would highlight the late, and then you take action from that as you wish. So in this particular case, let's say Rosie's never late, and we'll just pay her from 2 through till 10, and then I'll save and return back to the pay application. So here we go, 2 to 10, she's being paid from 2 to 10. Now, one lower down here we can see he's all in blue, 5:56 through to 8 minutes past 2. That's because this particular person was not on the Rota on that day, but clearly they clocked in, and therefore they should have been on the Rota. They clearly were asked to work, otherwise I doubt whether they would have turned up. And again, all I need to do is click on their blue, and it then pops up with this options here to disallow payment, to manually pay them as I wish, or to select a shift to pay against. So that might be the easiest option. She clearly worked from 6 to 2, so I'll simply go into here. She was working in the warehouse, and I will pay her from 6 to 2 by simply selecting that shift here, and then I'll save it and return back. And you see then it's gone to purple to indicate it's been authorized. Now again, if I've got other aspects of red here, such as here the sickness, all I need to do, if I know that person was actually off sick that day and to authorize that as sickness, is simply click on once on there, and it will then convert it to purple to say I'm authorizing that as sickness hours. And again, I'd simply continue like this until I, at that stage, wanted to save all my authorizations. And clearly I can come back later and complete authorizations if I haven't. I can then go into the report mode again directly from the authorization screen, and will then be presented with my payroll output for this week. Clearly I could run this for the month or whatever period I wanted to, depending on the payroll period that I was actually running. So this shows me all employees, and if I scroll across, it then shows me the breakdown here as to how many hours I'm paying at basic rate, and in this case weekend rate as well, because my staff can be paid a different rate if they do actually work weekends. Notice as well I can have alternative payments for working public holidays. So for example, you might have a different holiday rate for working Christmas here as opposed to the May Day bank holiday or the August bank holiday, for example. Notice also I can pay people as lump sums, so I might have staff that maybe do an on-call facility for me, so I can pay them every day they do an on-call at a particular lump sum amount. Or indeed I might have people that work overnight in a care type environment, for example, where again I can pay them at a lump sum for doing that rather than hourly rate. From here I could then export this simply into Excel, or alternatively, if I have it, I can do a Sage Payroll output. So this will therefore output this particular file in the structure that Sage requires for me then to automatically import it into Sage, and therefore remove the need for me to rekey the hours against each of my staff into my Sage Payroll. So that concludes this presentation. Thank you for watching. If you want further information, please continue looking through our website, easylog.co.uk. Call us on 01892 834406, or email us on info@easylog.co.uk. Again, thank you for watching, and goodbye.